The Center on Wrongful Convictions at Northwestern School of Law has been working for nearly 10 years to help people understand why the innocent sometimes get sent to jail and to work toward reforming a system that allows it to happen. A new part of their mission is to help the exonerated so they can clear their records and start anew. Meet Randy Steidel, a man convicted of a 1986 double murder in Paris, Illinois.
Last time I saw you, you was in the cell.
Hell yeah, you too. We was playing some basketball back then, weren't we? I felt like somebody just turned a light switch off of my life. And like it just meant nothing. It was that quick.
Steidel lived on death row for 12 years, and after that was serving a life sentence. In 2004, Northwestern Center on Wrongful Convictions helped free Randy from prison.
I have a federal judge that I was lucky enough to meet last week in Urbana. The same federal judge that granted all 17 issues of my federal habeas corpus petition. And he took me back to his judge's chambers, and the first thing I did was say, Judge McCuskey, I shook his hand. I said, I want to thank you for giving me my life back. I told him, Your Honor, I said, I want to tell you exactly what I told the media. The first step I took outside those prison gates was finally, after 16 years of court proceedings, I had a real judge look at this record for the very first time. Thank God for Judge McCuskey, who I feel after 16 years, he's the only judge that actually read the record.
Karen Daniel is an attorney with the Center on Wrongful Convictions at Northwestern University's School of Law.
The Randy Steidel case, from start to finish, illustrates almost all of the systemic problems that we talk about when we talk about wrongful convictions.
N72890.
Okay. There you go. Good luck.
Thank you.
You ready to go?
Randy Steidel, from the time he was arrested to the time he went to death row was only about 4 months, which is amazingly fast. And it has been 21 years since then, and we're still trying to undo what happened in that 4-month period of time. We got in the case about 6 years ago, and at that time, Randy Steidel was no longer on death row, but he was still in prison in Illinois. He was facing a life sentence, and he was completely out of legal options in the Illinois state system. And he just looked us in the eye and he said, "Gals, you're my last hope."
I would die in here. Thankfully, though, my attorney stayed with me. The Center on Wrongful Convictions started supporting me, and I got into federal court in front of a real judge. That's why I feel blessed to have those kind of dedicated people that believed in me. Without them, I would have been on that gurney about 6, 7 years ago.
It's something that we really try to instill in our students, that when you become a lawyer and when you get that license and you go through that education, you have tremendous power that you probably don't even think about having, and tremendous opportunities to do good in the world. And we took that opportunity in Randy Steidel's case, and we put all of our students that were working with us at the time onto his case to go through it, and we were able to do a bang-up job in federal court and free him from prison. It was one of our proudest moments.
I just want to clarify the capacity in which I'm speaking to you today, strictly as Randy's brother and family spokesperson.
To see him standing by his mother, who attended every court hearing he ever had and has still to this day done so for over 20 years, and his brother, who was a police officer and is a police officer and went through tremendous changes in dealing with this case. I mean, he was a police officer and his brother was accused of murdering 2 people and was sent to death row. And he's told us he first assumed Randy Steidel was guilty. And he had to work through his view of the criminal justice system that he's a part of. And then for him to be able to stand there, and he was really the family spokesperson, and to talk about what this experience has meant to his family and how it's changed his view of the criminal justice system was stunning as well. But then Randy Steidle has to go live the rest of his life, and it's not as if the preceding 18, 19, 20 years never happened to him. He faces monumental challenges.
Randy anticipated that freedom would come with a whole new set of problems.
That's something else. I'm lucky I've got a supportive family, but still, it's scary out there not knowing, well, where's my next meal going to come from? How am I going to pay for this, or how am I going to pay for that? Because I don't have any income, and I think how it's going to be for some people that walk out of here with nothing. But family's always there, and that's the main thing. That's what's kept me strong. But it's going to be nice to get out there and start over.
Start back. Front. You deserve the front.
For Randy Steidle and others like him, being freed from prison is the end of one huge problem, but it's also the beginning of another one.
The attitude of the system, the criminal justice system, is, okay, you're on your own. Goodbye. Good luck. And these folks are totally dependent on their own resources, their family resources, if they still have family.
I don't have a 401k. I don't have a pension plan. I'm out here living paycheck to paycheck, trying to keep a roof over my head. And, you know, I feel like an actual innocence-based pardon, a piece of paper that I can show people, not just words coming out of my mouth, but have something tangible to show them, would make a difference.
Recently, the Center on Wrongful Convictions has been focusing on helping their clients receive pardons and compensation for their time spent behind bars.
My heart is just full looking at this table and the people at the audience, filled with the fruits of our labor at the Center on Wrongful Convictions. I haven't seen all these folks all in one place in a really long time, and I think what you're seeing here today is the reason why we do what we do. This is the tip of the iceberg as far as the problems go in our criminal justice system. Are we meeting our obligations to people who have been wrongfully convicted and then released after the mistake has been realized? The answer to that question, obviously, is a resounding no. No one to this date has said, I'm sorry to these folks. And we are not doing all that we can do to make them whole. Under the laws of the state of Illinois, an innocent person who went to prison does not receive compensation unless and until he receives a pardon from the governor based on innocence.
It's just not tolerable that we don't have a part of the system set up to deal with the mistakes and to help those people get back on their feet to the extent that they can be helped, because the reality is that you're going to be damaged for life if you spend time in prison for a crime that you didn't commit. And you will never be whole, but you can be helped.
This is a copy of what a gubernatorial pardon based on innocence looks like. It's a one-page document. All he has to do is sign his name in one place.
It's just frustrating that, you know, it's taken so long to get any kind of compensation or an innocence-based pardon, somebody to stand up and say, this man did not do this. You know, that's all I'm asking for is, like the federal judge said, he had an opportunity to do what was right, and he did. Well, Governor Blagojevich, now you have an opportunity to do what's right.
Don't forget these stories. Don't forget these faces. Thank you very much.
All right.